can smell them, ain't talking about roses. Literally, I'm lean, mix it like a bought it in Nashville. Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sunny, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga, and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me a Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that state of gold with the bed. Them other places come close, but they don't compare.
Now I've been to New York,
come on,
Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, 'cause it's no reminds me of California, 'cause it's no place like California. California, ayy.
California, no place like California.
Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Type exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Bel Air, Petty to the Detroit. Don't tell him he saw how heavily he balls. Every project, every seashore. And I ain't content trying to see more nomadic. I probably wind up alone. All it takes is a melody to remind me of home.
Now I've been to New York,
Come on,
Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, 'cause there's no place like California. California, AATLMIA-DMV, all reminds me of California, 'cause there's no place like California. California,
California, no place like California.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Chiefs are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against the Saints team that knows they have to take care of the ball. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the 8-year man out of SMU, Thomas Morstead, on to kick it away. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. first and 10. Smith. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
As a former defender, Brandon, the goal was always to tackle the receiver immediately after the catch. When you missed and gave up additional yardage, you didn't make anyone on your team happy. That's why I'm sitting here next to you.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And a look at this offensive unit now, and you see who we have highlighted, partner.
Jamal Charles, one of the most exciting, productive running backs in the NFL.
Here we go with Jamal Charles. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Smith on first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And the offense lining up first and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On second down, Ingram. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments?
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw on second down is Smith. Screen pass to Charles. Give him 9 gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So still in search of the first down after that last completion. From the gun on third down, Smith, and he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Fresh set of downs here. Charles the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamal Charles, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the ball carrier there, Mark Ingram, in his 6th season now with the Saints.
Yet to have a 1,000-yard season, but any guy who wins the Heisman Trophy, you know the potential's always there.
Yeah, but you're right. Yet to get to 1,000. Had 769 last year in 12 games. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
And the first carry for the former Clemson Tiger, C.J. Spiller. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And now here comes Kansas City. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And that'll be good for a KC 1st down.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelsey. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player. And that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
As Jamal Charles plays here in 2016, I think 5 was the operative number for him. 5 1,000-yard years before last season, but only 5 games played in 2015.
For the current Chiefs all-time leading rusher. Now a play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st down, Breeze. Throw complete right side to Cooks. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it'll be 1st down, Saints.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw is Breeze. It's caught left side by Cooks. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. It's Brandon Coleman. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
He dumps it down to Ingram. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Again, they run it with Spiller. And they'll lose yardage here. They go back. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Colby Listenby with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over. Right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Smith now on second down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Ingram again. And they get to him quickly here as and the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Allen Bailey in there to drop it for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here. Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But when it allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Another pistol look here. Smith on first down. A dump off for Charles. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, here's Smith. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
They'll come out in the pistol. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's brought down after a good gain. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll begin this drive with C.J. Spiller. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's a decent amount of aggressiveness right there. Inside their own 10-yard line, they still run the toss, even though they know that that can be a little bit of a dangerous play, and it pays off pretty well with a nice run.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
3rd down and 3. Another pistol look here. They'll come out in the pistol. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. It's good, and it's 21-10. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. On the return, here's C.J. Spiller. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jamal Charles. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And quickly, they get to the line. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. In motion left is Wilson. Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Davis. And he's got room. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 2nd down a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Davis. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Play clock winding down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off for Spiller. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Saints are going to get a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? Partner, was that Justin Houston breaking up a pass on his own drop there?
It was indeed the former Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, normally what we talk about with him, rushing the passer. That's where he's really earned his reputation. But showing here he could be a complete player with that great speed of his.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, the advantage certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll give to Spiller. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
From back at the 2, here's third and goal. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a fourth and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on fourth down?
And Bullock will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards on the pickup. Good enough for a Kansas City first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Throwing is Smith. Screen pass to Charles. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st and 10, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry.
Jeremy Maclin. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Maclin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you can do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Now Spiller, the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They go back to the air here after the INT. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jay Howard in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They come up with 1 back. That's Ingram. They'll need to get the play off quickly. He's going to get the football. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action to Spiller. Now Breeze. He's going to air one out. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 14 there, and the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down.
And that is caught by Maclin for the Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Maclin with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets it to Thomas. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Breeze now on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now they're in the hurry-up. They come out here in the eye. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run out?
Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. He's got to have this one. He's going to sling this deep, and this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Breeze is going to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. On 2nd down, here's Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. And Wilson has it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Charles the lone setback. Smith going to throw it. And that's off the mark, incomplete. D'Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Smith. They complete it to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, and my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. Throwing now, Smith. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal. have to believe that they'll continue to bring the pressure on third down.
Third and long, it's Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Chris Conley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. I don't know that we saw a blowout loss coming of this magnitude. Boy, they've got to be shaking their heads in the locker room.
Not only are they shaking their heads, the head coach looked absolutely furious leaving the field. I'm not sure this will be the best week of work for his team next week.
So for Kansas City, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.